Hey kids, it's Adam from Tested. It's the end of 2016 and it's time to chronicle my favorite things. It has been an amazing year, my first year post Mythbusters, and it was actually pretty difficult to figure out just some specific things, but if I'm going to make a list, it's going to start with our summer trip to New Zealand. I got to build swords with my friend Peter Lyon, sword master sword maker. He made all the swords for Lord of the Rings in his shop at Weta Workshop. Peter spent a day showing me the ropes, and together we made this, Aragorn's first sword. Yes, yeah, he has two. This is his Ranger sword. It is made out of a special aluminum that Peter introduced me to using techniques, hollow grind on the handmade belt grinder or linisher that Peter built. I can't even describe to you how much satisfaction this object gives to me. It's bendy blade, it's lightweight, it's movie prop provenance, and most of all, the skills I learned while Peter patiently walked me through this process. You know I love learning new skills. This is one of the best ones I have learned to date. And in fact, it has a long tail. But before I get to that, I want to show you, this is the United Cutlery scabbard for the Ranger sword, but the belt is in fact made by an Etsy seller I found who goes by the store name The Needle and Blade. And let me tell you, if you want an Aragorn belt, you cannot buy a more accurate or beautifully hand-tooled Aragorn belt than the Needle and Blades. It is a steal at any price, and I'm telling you, it's incredibly inexpensive for the quality that you get. And like, I have held the original, I have seen the original. This is as close as you could imagine. It's gorgeous. All right. Oh, wait, there's one more thing. Right, so I came back here and I wanted to try my own hand at sword making. So I actually made, out of the same kind of aluminum, Aragorn's elvish knife here that sits in his, I think it's elvish, that sits in the scabbard itself. So it's been an ongoing process of hand tooling my Aragorn costume. Yeah, I'm ultimately making an Aragorn costume. Okay, the next thing. One of the things that Peter Lyon showed me when he was showing me how to grind swords is that every sword grinder has their own method of working, and they all ultimately end up building their own grinders for making swords, and Peter is no exception. The linisher, that's what they're called, that I ground my Ranger blade on was built and designed by Peter himself, and I came back to San Francisco and I built my own. I wanted exactly the same tool that I had used at Weta, and I built it. It turns out, actually, building your own linisher is something that there's a whole industry that supports. You can buy a motor controller and motor combo. You can buy attachments for adjusting the height of your addressing to the belt grinder, and you can buy multiple-sized wheels. And this is what I've done. I've got the 72-inch, 2x72-inch belts. I'm using a 3M grinder belt on this right now. And multiple sizes of wheels, everything down to a 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, and 4 inch, the actual hollow grind of the Ranger sword, all available to me. Behold, the savage version of the Lion linisher. Can I tell you what a pain in the ass it is to get all these things aligned to each other? It is non-trivial mechanical engineering. But I have already ground a couple of things on this, and you'll be seeing those on Tested in 2017. It's the first big tool I've ever built for myself. Keeping with a medieval theme, you know I love armor, and I have recently acquired a very special suit of armor. It's special because of the film it's from. It's really special because of who made it. This is some Mordred henchman armor from Excalibur. One of the most important films in my makeup. It helped inspire Peter Jackson and Richard Taylor to make The Lord of the Rings. It was one of the films that they grew up with, just like I did. And the armor maker for that film is Terry English, Master Armorer Terry English. He's built everything you can think of. He made the armor for all the Harry Potter films. He made the armor for Excalibur. He made the marine armor from Aliens. Right. Yeah, all that segmented armor. He hammered it. And this is my first piece of Terry English armor. It's not the last, because Well, it's just not the last. That's what I'm going to tell you. This thing is gorgeous. It's made out of lightweight aluminum, like a lot of film armor. It has tremendous range of motion, but it also has these great lines to it, this great character. It feels really designed. So even if this thing was sketched out and hammered in a few days, you can feel that the maker has imbued it with a real legacy. And honestly, to have this in my collection feels like the culmination of a lifetime of prop collecting. The gambeson, the padded garment underneath, is actually a lightweight gambeson I commissioned on Etsy last year for a different suit of armor, but boy, does it fit this one beautifully. You can see that he's missing a skirt. I may try to rectify that myself, but I don't think so. I think I'm just going to keep it extant as it is. A masterful, beautiful piece of Terry English armor. All right. Those are the things that I've collected. And I live a life of collecting and making and trading and giving away things. And I love my things. They give me tremendous amounts of support. They allow me to tell lots of different kinds of stories, and I love that. But if I'm going to chronicle a thing that I am most grateful for at the end of 2016, it's my family, and specifically my kids. Thing 1 and Thing 2 are just shy of 18 years old. They are almost adults, officially, and I couldn't be prouder of them as two young men. They are graceful, grateful, sweet, woke, loving, kind, empathetic young gentlemen, and I am proud of them every single moment of the day. So those guys are at the very top of the list of my favorite things 2016.